anchored by the performance and reliability of the Civic and Accord, Honda has once again been named the best car brand for the 4th year running by U.S. News & World Report. Come see the lineup of award-winning Hondas at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Seagan Lane.
Very nice.
What are you playing over there?
Synthesizer?
I don't know what that is. Is
Is it a synthesizer? Straight out of the
Asian
80s?
I was just going to say, I'm taking the cue from the 80s over there. I like it.
Cheesy 80s.
He's got it down. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the Plus, everybody. Do you have, look, you spun records. I don't even know. Well, we just tangent. You spun records for a time. Do you have a favorite genre? Do you have a favorite decade? Do you have a...
Oh boy, I got to tell you, I love this. I love the 70s with the disco, but from 1980 to about 1989 is my favorite genre of music
The 80s.
to date.
Me too.
The 80s.
Okay.
They're all good.
The 80s.
My-
Duran Duran and Tears for Fears and Thompson
that's a good one.
Twins. And
Wow.
Oh, you like the
my
Euro,
God,
too. The
yeah.
Euro stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look
and
at you,
then there's
kid.
Depeche Mode. You get a little bit
Okay.
into the alternative thing. New Order.
You
Pet
did
Shop
like the Euro.
Boys. Oh, my God.
Look at you, man.
So would you be okay with that coming back? Music
Yes,
and then
please.
fashion, everything with
Now
the
look,
80s.
there's a couple
Fashion.
of songs
Tight
Bruno's
roll
got
your
one.
pants. I got pictures.
I gotta see this.
We got to see
I
those
gotta
pictures.
see this. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, in my car, the 80s actually never went away.
That's
Just
exactly right.
Look
keeps
at
on
that.
going.
Serious.
Bruno's
Yeah.
got a couple of songs that sound
good.
like that 80s feel.
Okay.
You know, I don't remember what the song is, but it was great.
My dad, I remember, because I think my brother and I and we had this conversation all these years ago, like who had the best music. And
Yeah.
Dad's like, the 80s sucked. That's not even
Really?
real.
See, that was me with the
But that's-
90s.
well, the 90s has some good stuff too.
Yeah.
But my dad, he's like, I can win this argument with one word or
Okay.
2 words. And who had the best music? And he goes, the Beatles.
The Beatles.
Yeah.
I knew
Yeah.
you
But,
would say that.
but then I'm like, yeah, but here's the thing, Dad. Yeah, you had them, but every generation has the Beatles.
It spans.
Yeah.
Every generation has
For
because
sure.
Rolling Stones,
But-
Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Look, it's all good. I'm very
No, but the
eclectic.
90s didn't know what Top 40 didn't know what it wanted to be in the 90s.
It wanted to be Pearl
It was
Jam.
a
It wanted to be
transitional
Nirvana. It wanted to be,
decade.
they
Yeah.
had some
Yeah,
stuff.
it was a transitional decade.
I feel
Then
like
it
for
went
a
to
lot of people,
dance
too.
music in the 90s, and then all you heard was,
Right.
Yeah.
the bass just drowned out everything.
I
Man.
love that.
Yeah. Little
When did the
techno, little
Macarena
house.
come out?
The Macarena?
Yeah.
1992.
92?
It did not. You just make
Late 90s, no, I thought.
Yeah, I think it was later than that.
1990.
What? Yeah.
1995. I'm
Matt's
sorry.
gonna
Google it. Okay.
Do I
1995.
have Siri or Alexa? What do I have on here?
The Siri.
Hey,
Google.
Siri. When did the Macarena come out?
96.
1995.
96.
Let her cook, let her cook.
August 15th, 1993.
3!
Okay, you were close.
Look at
92,
you.
93.
He knows. A hater of the 90s
I thought she
knew.
was going to stiff me.
Yeah.
Normally she doesn't listen to me. She's like,
1993.
go back to
Yeah.
Alexa.
That was the song of my child. I remember that.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's so
my parents
sad.
loved that. My parents also.
explains a
I'm
little
trying to
bit.
think. Dad had a very eclectic taste. Connie Francis, Andy Williams.
Oh, wow.
And the
Oh my
Macarena.
gosh. Yeah.
The Macarena. One of these things is not like the
Yeah.
other.
Who did the brown-eyed girl? That was also
Van Broussard?
the brown-eyed girl.
Van Morrison? Van Broussard?
Yeah.
Just
Van
the
Morrison.
two. Van Morrison? Maybe.
Man,
Very
you were-
eclectic thing.
you- you
The
got
Sound
good
of
taste.
Music
Oh my
record
gosh.
always played as
The
well.
4 or 5 that I
Yeah.
never
We're
want
way
to hear
old
again in
school
my
now.
life
Yes.
after playing wedding receptions. YMCA,
Oh, yeah.
Respect,
Yeah, Respect.
Brown-Eyed Girl,
Brown-Eyed
Girl.
Macarena.
Done. That's
All of
it.
them,
Bring it
all
back.
of them. Oh, God.
That sounds great. Those are great party
That was
tunes.
a fun little trip down there.
Yeah,
look at that.
come
I've got the digital music has made it so easy. You can carry around your entire childhood
Yeah.
worth of, and I
You
do.
have a whole record collection
I
in
do.
your pocket.
I got about 5,000 songs just here, but another 20,000 back at the house that don't make it. I don't know how to cycle through 'em. But that's just been so much fun to introduce the kids to it and force them to listen to stuff.
No, but then they like some of it.
They
I
do.
heard a
Right.
kid the
They
other
do.
day could name every Aerosmith album.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how old are you? It's like, not
It's
even 20
impressive.
yet.
It's easier these days.
But
to
with
remember.
your daughter, she's a lot younger. Is she more into her music, or when you play your stuff, is she into it?
She's mostly into music today,
Okay.
but she likes some of my 80s stuff. When I break out the Tears for Fears, she likes it. I was like, see, it's good. And when it's really good, it should be timeless.
Yes.
And that's art.
That's
Wow,
awesome.
exactly right.
That
That's
happens
exactly
when you
right.
open your
Drop the
kids'
mic.
minds, though, early and
Yeah.
often, so that's good exposure.
Cool, we done?
Yes.
No, we still got.
We're going to talk about that
Monday.
week front. How do you define a week front? 7 days to get here? A week?
Oh, I see what you did there. Good one.
If you got to explain the joke, then you didn't land it. Get out of here.
He said, I'm done. I'm done.
He gave himself the hook
He
on that
sure
one.
did.
All right, well, we do have a little bit of rain out there with this weak front, W-E-A-K. Thank you so much, Johnny A. You are looking out your door right now, or at least trying to look over the downtown area where temperatures are mild. They're muggy, 62 degrees, barely even dropped overnight. So the front is just about to slide on by, and then we're going to trend a little bit drier the remainder of the day. In fact, in the afternoon, we should get a little bit of sunshine. This week, trending warmer, not only over the next couple of days, but at the end of the extended and maybe even beyond that point. I'll show you what I'm talking about. First, we're finally getting things back to normal, right? We're down south, we're a little bit warmer, up north a little bit colder, not like what we saw last week, but we're going to be living with these warm temperatures for the foreseeable future. Here's what I'm talking about. Confidence is high that we're going to be at the very least above normal here, Louisiana and the southeastern United States. That goes February 3rd all the way to February 9th. Meanwhile, here's a look at that front. It is a weak one, but it's moving a couple of light to moderate, mainly nuisance showers right through the I-10, I-12 corridor, and you can see the back edge in between Lafayette and Lake Charles. So give it another couple of hours. By mid-morning, maybe 10 a.m., 11 a.m., it should wrap up, and then we're drier in the afternoon. But then the moisture comes right back into the picture. Day by day, we'll add a little bit till we get to Friday. That's the next front. That's the next significant weather maker. And in the meantime, you can see the Futurecast shows by the time we get to about 10 a.m., there goes the back edge of the rain. But we could get rid of some of the cloud cover, too, in the afternoon. We'll call it a partial clearing and a mixture of sun and clouds later on in the day. Then the GFS model is going to show that we go a couple of days basically dry, and then here comes Friday. Here comes the next weather maker with showers and thunderstorms with that front. But the good news, that'll clear our way before the weekend. So the upcoming weekend forecast is actually in pretty good shape. Whatever rain that we get over the next 7 days looks like it will be a manageable amount. So we'll keep in a chance of rain through about 9, 10 a.m. Then we'll zero it out, and a high temperature in the upper 60s. So we're not going to budge that much for today. Tonight we're dry overnight, cool with an overnight low in the mid 40s. Certainly we can handle that. And then we can handle this in the 10-day. More warm temperatures. We've got a lot of 70s out there. Definitely Friday morning going to be the next big batch of showers and storms. But again, Groundhog's Day Sunday, maybe it will be an early spring after the winter that we had last week. 7:10 out your door, Johnny A. The road's definitely still on the wet side.
Don't get it too hot too quick now.
Well, yeah, you're right. We got to ease into it. You're the one that was complaining about the cold weather.
I-10 and I-12 at the merge are looking kind of at both interstates. The right side is I-10, the left side is I-12, and this is that exit. Slowed down traffic there. There's I-10 near the College Drive area. Your traffic on the opposite side of the barrier wall, that's going toward the downtown area. Bridge, we've lost the top of the bridge. Folks are coming out of nowhere right there. Just be careful. Drive times are ugly coming in from Denham. 43 minutes, 8 minutes from the 1012 to downtown. A lot of that has to do with more vehicles on the road today because of schools back in session and it's wet, so folks are slowing down. 7:10, we'll be right back.
Welcome back to it, everybody. Real quick before you get going, some breaking news from over the weekend that you may have been paying attention to. You hear the words escaped inmate, right? Now, this technically wasn't an escaped inmate. It was a released inmate that shouldn't have been.
Now he is back in custody this morning. That late-breaking development coming in overnight. So that is Christopher Davis. He was initially arrested in connection to a 2022 shooting. This was the victim here, 37-year-old DeAndre Duncan. Well, Davis, was booked into the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison, initially taken up to East Carroll Parish there, and was brought back over the weekend here and just dropped off at a bus station.
Right.
He had a hearing that was set for March, but now back in custody.
Yeah, so that's the good news for you this morning. We'll keep you in the know. I want to keep you in the know about a conversation going on in New Orleans. The New Orleans, the New Year's Day Tragedy Fund was collecting money to help the victims' families. Liz, the folks are getting together, I'm in charge of it, getting together today, having a conversation about how to make sure all the money gets to where it needs to be.
So if you'd like to RSVP to that town hall, whether in person or virtually, you see the links highlighted there. Our digital team created that for you, and today you'll help decide how to allocate that money to all of the victims and families of the victims there in that attack.
Also in New Orleans going on today, today is Holocaust Remembrance Day. Why? Because 80 years ago today, the Russians actually got in and kind of liberated Auschwitz, and so that's become known now as International Holocaust Remembrance Day. They got something going on at the World War II Museum.
Tonight there's a commemoration ceremony, and it's set to start at 5 p.m. If you haven't been to the World War II Museum and you have some time to make it out there today, it's going to be an incredible night of stories and reliving some of this here and sharing some of those memories. So if you've got an opportunity, go ahead and make your way down to New Orleans tonight.
An opportunity for you to make sure you're getting your court issues done in Ascension Parish. Here's the thing, it's going on today. If you had a meeting set up with Judge Aaron Leno, but weren't able to make it, that stuff got pushed, they've got a date like now for you to get there.
So you see that right there on your screen, right? If you cannot make it to court, well, you've got a number to call. The sheriff's office will reschedule you to March, but today, case and court is going to be in session.
Right, so that's a good thing. All right, so as you pay attention to all that, paying attention to our forecast, that does not include snow or ice.
No, it definitely doesn't. In fact, we're going to be living in the 70s for a big part of this week. 70s. Next week, can you imagine that? You wanted it to be, first you said snow, it snowed, then you wanted it to be warmer, now it's warmer. So what would you like next?
I'd like 65 for a high and 40 for a low for about 6 months.
Jared can make that
just
happen.
6 months?
Yeah.
That's it? That's all?
Yeah.
So it's not very demanding.
No, not at all.
Not very demanding at all. So is that your range? Is that your perfect temperature range?
I love 67 maybe for your high.
Oh, that is
sunshine.
perfect.
It's got to be sunshine,
That
not
is
cloudy and
perfect,
overcast.
because you're not sweating walking around
Seattle,
in 67-degree weather.
Couldn't live in Seattle.
Yeah, I hear that.
Can't do
From the sportiness of the Mazda MX-5 to the engaging ride of the Mazda CX-5 to the luxury of the Mazda CX-90. Move and be moved in your new Mazda while saving thousands at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.